Hello friends, once again we begin with syllabus of electronics in which we discuss the paper first. So in the previous lectures we already discussed the first chapter. Now we begin with the second chapter from electronics 1 and that is called the power supplies. Okay, now check the presentation. Okay, check carefully. So in the image we have the different types of power supply. For example, uninterruptible power supply, that is UPS, then switch mode power supply, that is SMPS. In case of computers this power supply is used. Then we have linear power supply, and these are the other power supply, regulated power supply. Then we have the mobile charger, etc. So these are the power supply which run the electronic circuits. Okay, now we have the very basic block diagram of a power supply. So we have the different blocks. Check carefully. Here we have the AC mains. So the socket for AC mains, from which we have 230 AC voltage. Now that will be given to a transformer. Transformer we already know in standard 11th that it will either step up or step down the voltage. So generally for the power supply, we are going to step down the power supply or step down the voltage, and accordingly we reduce the voltage from 230 to 12 volt, 24 volt, 6 volt, etc. So with the help of transformer, reduce the amplitude of voltage from 230 to desired value. Then we have the second block called rectifier. So this part we are going to discuss in detail in this chapter. So rectifier is the process of converting the AC into DC voltage. So AC is converted into DC. Check carefully, we have the symbol for AC. Here we have 230 volt AC signal or AC voltage. Now that we have to reduce in amplitude with the help of transformer. And then we have the conversion from AC, that the positive half cycle and negative half cycle, that will convert into both the side half cycle, positive half cycle, again we have positive half cycle. So we have the conversion of negative into positive. So this will be AC is converted into DC. So this will be the help of rectifier. Now we have the second part as a filter. So filter is the component has the conversion of the fluctuating DC into smooth DC. Check carefully, we have the DC will be obtained from 0 to maximum, again 0, again maximum. So this is fluctuation, and that fluctuation we have to convert into the DC. So here also we have some zigzag, but it is converted into DC here. So is DC fluctuation reduces with the help of filter. Now we have the next block called voltage regulator. So with the help of regulator, we convert the fluctuating DC into smooth DC voltage. So this is called the regulated DC output here. So check carefully, we have the block diagram of the power supply, generally asked in examination for 2 marks. So we have to explain the each and every block either in detail or in short. We have to explain according to the mark or weightage of the question here. So two sentences you have to write down for each block for 2 marks question. Okay. Now we have the important part, that is number second block. So already you know the general working and the construction of the transformer in 11th standard. Now we have the important block from which we begin with the rectifier. So check carefully the general definition of rectifier. Rectifier is a device which converts alternating quantity into unidirectional or direct quantity. So that quantity may be voltage or current. So that alternating quantity converted into direct quantity. So the alternating quantity may be here the current or voltage here. Okay, now we have basic types of three types of rectifiers. Number first is the half wave rectifier. Then number second, full wave rectifier using center tap transformer. Then we have third, bridge rectifier. Okay, so now check carefully. We begin with number first type, that is called half wave rectifier. Okay, now check carefully what we have, the diagram and corresponding waveform here. So now check carefully the first diagram, that is figure 2.2, which is a diagram of half wave rectifier. So check carefully how to draw a diagram. So here we have the AC input between these two terminals. Now this terminal is connected to the primary of transformer. Then these two lines represent the core of transformer. Then we have the secondary coil of transformer. Now secondary coil is connected, one terminal is connected to diode. So this is symbol of diode, already you know in 11th standard. So this is a P-type region and the line is called N region, so PN junction diode. So this is symbol of diode. And then we have the load resistance connected between point A and B, second terminal of this secondary coil directly connected to B, first terminal go through the diode and connected to the A here, and we have the load resistance, and across the load resistance we have the DC output voltage, plus and minus. So here we have the AC that is converted into DC. Suppose if we check the waveform, so waveform will be obtained as positive half cycle. As it is, we obtain as the output positive half cycle. But for negative half cycle, there is no output here. So output will remain zero for the negative half cycle here. So what we have to write down in examination as the working of this particular circuit is, we have the simple points here. Check carefully. Number first is an AC input is applied to the transformer. The transformer is used to step the voltage up or down. So the AC input connected to transformer. Now only one diode is connected in series with the secondary of the transformer and load resistance RL. So already we have the diagram. Secondary is connected in series with the diode and load resistance, and circuit is complete here. So that is given in number second point. We can represent the voltage across the secondary by equation V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where Vm is the peak value of AC. So AC voltage is represented by this formula, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where Vm is a peak value of AC. Peak means maximum value from 0 to maximum value. So that is called peak value. Okay, number next, third, during the positive half cycle. So this part of the description is very important. So during positive half cycle of the input voltage, the diode is in forward bias. Check carefully, when positive half cycle reaching at the diode, so positive voltage 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 up to 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, the voltage goes on increasing. And after 0.7 volt, the diode start conducting, that is in case of forward bias. And then the total voltage will flow through, or the current will flow through the load resistance. Okay, so that is the important part. During the positive half cycle of the input voltage, the diode is in forward bias. The voltage drop across the diode is very small, which is 0.3 for germanium diode and 0.7 for the silicon diode. Okay, this is called as offset voltage. So 0.3 and 0.7, this is called offset voltage. So that will be reduced from the AC voltage, and remaining voltage will be appear across the load. Okay, now check carefully what we have given here. Number 4 point, during negative half cycle, the diode is reverse bias. Check carefully, during negative half cycle. So once again we have the diagram. Suppose we have negative half cycle. Negative means -1, -2, -3, and for that negative voltage that is connected to P region, and diode will be in reverse bias. So negative voltage goes on increasing to the P region, and in that case the diode will become reverse bias. So we know that diode in reverse bias doesn't conduct here. So therefore any voltage is not obtained across the load resistance. So we have only one cycle, that is positive half cycle, pass through the diode, and for negative half cycle diode doesn't conduct here. So this is general working of the half wave rectifier here. Now we have one more quantities. Check carefully. Average voltage. So how to define neglecting diode drop? Suppose we neglect the diode drop. Diode drop means 0.3 for germanium and zero point 0.7 for silicon. So that we have to neglect here. The average or DC value of half wave signal is VDC is equal to 0.318 Vm, and this will be equivalent to Vm divided by pi. So how much DC voltage from this peak value we obtain by simple formula? Either we have factor 0.314 times Vm or Vm divided by pi. Vm is the peak value of the AC and pi 3.14. Suppose we divide by 3.14, then we obtain factor 0.318 times Vm. So this is called the average value of DC from the half cycle of AC. Okay. Now the average voltage is called DC voltage because it is what a DC voltmeter connected across RL would read. Suppose we connect the voltmeter across RL, then it will read the average DC voltage. And next important quantity is called the current rating of diode. So how much direct current the diode can handle is called as the current rating of diode, that is denoted by I0. So check carefully how much direct current the diode can handle. So how much DC current that will be handled by the diode is called current rating of diode, and that should be the value, and we have to make an arrangement so that current doesn't cross this rating here. Suppose we have limit of diode, suppose 2 ampere. So 2 ampere is called current rating of diode. Then we should have the power supply which will be run below 2 volt or 2 ampere current here. Suppose it current will be greater than the current rating, that diode may be damaged here. Okay. So these are the quantities we have to express in case of the half wave rectifier. Similar to that, we have the full wave rectifier also. Check carefully, but we have certain definitions. Again, we have 2-3 definitions. Check carefully. One is called peak inverse voltage. So we have to define all these terms in case of the half wave as well as full wave rectifier. So this check carefully. The next definition is called peak inverse voltage, PIV. So during negative half cycle, check carefully, during negative half cycle of input, diode is in reverse bias. All secondary voltage appear across a diode. So in reverse bias, we already know the diode doesn't conduct. So in reverse bias, the diode goes on increasing. Suppose 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. That is in the negative side. So -1, -2, -3. Suppose -5. So we have the negative voltage that really goes on increasing in case of reverse bias. Now check carefully. The maximum reverse voltage the diode must withstand. Check carefully. Diode has certain capacity to handle the negative voltage or the voltage in reverse bias. Suppose diode has capacity of 10 volt. So that 10 volt is called the peak inverse voltage. Check carefully. The maximum reverse voltage the diode must withstand is called peak inverse voltage. Suppose we have the 10 volt is peak inverse voltage or PIV of diode, and in case of power supply we should have the voltage less than 10 volt in case of reverse bias. Suppose diode exists, diode is given the 11 volt suppose, and it has a 10 volt PIV, then diode may be damaged in case of the reverse bias. So the PIV and the current rating of any diode is already we have in specification of diode. So this is called the peak inverse voltage. The diode must withstand. So up to 10 volt, the diode can handle that 10 volt in reverse bias. Okay. To avoid breakdown, the PIV rating of diode must be more than the peak inverse voltage. So PIV rating must be greater than it has the peak inverse voltage. Suppose peak inverse voltage means reverse bias voltage, that is suppose 9 volt, and PIV suppose the 10 volt. So in that case, the diode will be run properly. Otherwise, there may be a damage of the diode. Okay, now for half wave rectifier, PIV is equal to Vm. So in case of the half wave rectifier, PIV is nothing but the Vm, and Vm is a peak inverse, sorry, Vm is the peak value of the AC voltage. And second one is ripple frequency. So ripple means the voltage will 0 to maximum, again 0, 0 to maximum, again 0. So that is called ripple, and the ripple frequency is equal to input frequency. Suppose we have an AC mains having frequency 50 hertz. So that 50 hertz is the same frequency of ripple frequency. So input frequency, so we already know the concept of AC mains has a 50 hertz frequency, and that frequency 50 hertz is, we can understand from this particular diagram. See, check carefully. This is positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So in 1 second, this cycle will be produces 50 times. So in 1 second, how much 50 cycle will pass through? So that is called 50 hertz. So number of waves per second is called frequency. And for 1 second, such cycles will pass 50 times. Now here we have only first positive half cycle, and there is no negative half cycle. So here also in 1 second, 50 positive half cycles, positive half cycle will appear, and so the frequency will be same as the input frequency. Ripple frequency means, ripple means the voltage 0 to maximum, again 0, 0 to maximum, again 0. So that is called ripple, and it has frequency that is equal to input frequency. Okay. Now we have the second part, that is called a full wave rectifier using center tap transformer. Now check carefully. We have the AC input. So AC input again from AC main supply, that will be connected to the primary coil of transformer. Then we have core of the transformer. Then we have the secondary coil of transformer, and it has 3 terminals. One or first terminal of secondary, then we have second terminal of secondary, and it has central terminal. That is called center tap terminal of the secondary coil of transformer. So here we have 2 terminals for primary and 3 terminals for secondary, and that type of transformer is called center tap transformer. Now check carefully diagram. The first terminal of secondary goes to the diode D1, positive of diode D1. Second terminal of the secondary coil goes to the diode D2, positive of P terminal of diode D2. Then both the negative N type, both the N type connected together. Check carefully. So these will be combined together, and we have the load resistance connected to the combination, and one connection to the center tap. So center tap and the both the negative common terminal, in between them we have the load resistance, and accordingly we have the potential or DC voltage appear as plus and minus, so appear across the load resistance, and that is here is output voltage VO. So check carefully the diagram, try to draw the diagram. So these are very simple diagram. So this is diagram of transformer, symbol of diode D1, diode D2, load resistance, and the simple connections here. Okay. And in case of waveform, positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So positive half cycle appear exactly as the positive half cycle, but negative half cycle, instead of that we have again positive half cycle. So both positive half cycle appear in case of full wave, and in case of half wave only single half cycle will be appear. So it is called full wave rectifier. Both cycle appear as positive half cycle. That is in case of waveform, AC input and DC output here with respect to omega t. Okay. Now what we have to write down in examination. So the important part, remaining circuit explanation will be same here as that of the half wave rectifier. What are the connections? What we have to connect to the primary, then secondary, diode D1, D2. Connection description remains same here. So what we have explained, that is the construction of the circuit diagram. Now, how is the working? That we are going to understood here. During the positive half cycle of secondary voltage, the diode D1 is in forward bias and diode D2 is in reverse bias. Now check carefully. Suppose here we have the positive half cycle. So voltage will goes on increase in positive side. So voltage will be 0, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So this will be connected to P type. And as the voltage, positive voltage increases to the diode D1, after zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.7, diode D1 will be start conducting. That is in case of it is in forward bias. And when it here we have the positive half cycle, exactly opposite to the other terminal there is a negative half cycle. So when the positive half cycle appear across D1, there is a negative half cycle appear across D2. So diode D1 is in forward bias, D2 in reverse bias. So in that case, diode D1 conducts and transfer the positive half cycle at this particular point, and this will be flow through the load resistance, or voltage will be appear across the load resistance here. So that is given in the first point. Check carefully what we have given. During the positive half cycle of the secondary voltage, the diode D1 is in forward bias and D2 is in reverse bias. The current flow through D1, RL and upper half of the secondary winding here. So this is the path of current D1, load resistance and upper half of the secondary winding. So we have two parts. This is upper half of secondary winding and lower half of the secondary winding. So this particular section we have the current flow in this direction. Check carefully. This segment of circuit has a current in case of positive half cycle. Now during negative half cycle, D2 is in forward bias. Here we have D1 forward bias. Now D2 will be forward bias and D1 is in reverse bias. Check carefully. Here we have D2 and 1 will be remain here. We have to write down 1 here. So D1 is reverse bias here. Now the current flow through D2, RL and lower half of the secondary winding. Now in case of second half cycle, negative half cycle. So here we have negative half cycle, here we have positive half cycle. So that positive half cycle, diode D2 will be in forward bias, current flow in this direction from D2, load resistance and the lower half of the secondary winding. So in this case, the current will flow in the direction and accordingly, the second half cycle appear as a positive half cycle. So this will be the description for second half cycle. Now check carefully. The load current in both half cycle is in same direction. Therefore, full wave rectifier output is obtained. Both the half cycle appear in the positive half cycle. Both the half cycles in same direction. Okay. Now we have the important part, current rating of diode. So we have the same description as that of the half wave rectifier. In full wave rectifier using center tap transformer, each diode conduct for only half cycle. Therefore, current through the diode is a half wave rectifier current. So current compared to half wave rectifier is 0.5 times IDC. So this will be the current rating. The current rating should be greater than the half of the DC load current. So current rating will be greater. So only 0.5 times DC will be flow through the half wave rectifier. Okay. So this will be the important part. Current rating is large compared to half wave rectifier because of the two diodes will be there. So one diode is forward bias at that time, second diode will be reverse, and accordingly we have the current rating will be increases compared to half wave rectifier. Now we have the second definition, peak inverse voltage. In positive half cycle D1 conducts, the voltage Vm across upper half winding appear across RL. Therefore, reverse voltage appearing across the non-conducting diode D2, addition of voltage across the lower half of the winding, and the voltage across RL is equal to Vm plus Vm. So here we have the 2 times Vm. So across the load resistance, we have total voltage Vm and plus Vm, 2 times Vm. So PIV is equal to peak inverse voltage is 2 times the Vm. So compared to the half wave rectifier, it has PIV only Vm. But in case of peak inverse voltage, 2 times the Vm. So PIV will be increases here. Okay. And number next, for this type of this type, ripple frequency is double the line frequency. So that also we can understood with the help of the diagrams. See, check carefully. 1 second, positive and negative half cycle. Combine this positive and negative half cycle as called wave, and that wave will pass 50 times. Now, in case of output, we have positive half cycle as it is, but instead of negative, we have again positive half cycle. So, a ripple means the voltage will goes on increasing, maximum becomes zero. This is called ripple. Again, we have voltage will increasing, maximum and become zero. So, this will be happen 2 times. Voltage 0 to maximum, 0, maximum 0. So, for one half cycle, it will be 2 times become maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum. So, compared to the AC, line has frequency suppose 50. So, we have only one cycle in case of AC, and compared to DC, we have 2 cycles. Cycles means ripple, increases 0, increase 0, 2 times. 0 to maximum, 0, maximum 0. So this will happen 2 times. So frequency will be double. Ripple frequency is double compared to line frequency. So that is simple understanding. For this type, ripple frequency is double the line frequency. Okay. So these are the simple construction of the rectifiers in which we have discussed the 2 types of the rectifiers. So it is not much difficult, very easy. Just go through these particular diagrams, repeat the video, and try to note down the notes and practice the diagram, drawing a diagram. In next lecture, we begin with the bridge rectifier, in which we uses the 4 diodes and corresponding working of this bridge wave rectifier or bridge rectifier. Okay, so in next lecture we begin with the next topic from power supply, that is a bridge rectifier. Okay.